So here we are, Chameleon Insights, and I've been thinking a little bit more about this current situation that we all find ourselves in, irrespective of who we are in our life situation. If nothing else, it confirms to us how connected we all are, and maybe encourages us to think about that if we strip away all of the social layers, the acquired and assimilated layers, that we're all just the same, we're all just one, and none of us are immune, not really. In fact, yes, some of us are more susceptible. And when I think about susceptibility, it leads me on to thinking about the way that people have responded to this situation. And I guess we are in two kind of main camps. We could say diametrically opposed camps. You have the stockpilers, the people who have taken the every man for himself type of mentality, who have wanted to take care of their own and themselves first. And then you have people who are calling out for peace, love and togetherness, and people that are going out there and trying to give of themselves in variable ways, including not stockpiling and not thinking in that kind of survival mentality. What strikes me about all of this is that the first group that I spoke about there, the former group, is operating very much in a 3D reality. Okay, so we all need to eat, etc., etc. But not to the extreme, or the emphasis not to the extreme that some people have made it to be. And that attitude, that approach is very much a 3D attitude and approach. And it shows me where a lot of people are at in life, and confirms to me yet again why this is an important aspect of our ascension as a collective. I believe that once people have realised that we can't survive purely on material, that actually to get through any period of isolation, whether self-imposed or otherwise, and maybe particularly if otherwise, that people will realise that it's much more about emotional and physical and spiritual stability, so much more than material. When we have the other three, we tend to be able to make more of what we have anyway, because we're not operating, and sorry to sound cliche, but we're not operating from a lack mentality. We're operating from a position where we believe that we're working with what's in our hands and that we'll make things stretch. Not from a position of, oh my gosh, I have to make things stretch, but I can and I will. That creator within us again, the alchemist within us, making more of what we have And again, not wanting to sound cliche, but tapping into that feminine energy that we all have, irrespective of our gender. It means that we can grow things, that we can make more, that we can nurture. And that's kind of at the foundation, really, of our resilience. And it's wonderful to be resilient at any time, but especially when we are faced with challenge. I'm not trying to belittle what we're facing right now. And I've read a few posts. I'm trying not to kind of engage too much, but I've read a few posts where people are saying, oh, it's not helpful to take this position of lesson learning in adversity. But I'm not moving from that position, because I believe that that's what enables me to stay positive irrespective of what I face. The meaning making is important. Not getting stuck with situational or contextual matters, but actually understanding them from a different perspective, a more spiritual, imbued, I guess, a spiritually imbued perspective. And we do need to do this. We need to do it anyway, but we especially need to do it right now. So I'm not feeling like, oh my gosh, we need to pull out all the stops and become these type of people. No. This is about, in a more general sense, the way that we conduct ourselves and the way that we manage ourselves in life. It just becomes all the more important during these times. So that's really what I'm focusing upon when I'm saying what I'm saying. There's a saying, isn't there, about life being understood backwards but lived forwards. And, you know, any skills or qualities or habits, patterns of behaviour that we've integrated into our way of being that are helpful in this time suddenly take on a new meaning. So just wanted to share that, really, that we need to move away from approaching this from a materialistic 3D perspective and move into focusing more on emotional, psychological and spiritual well-being. Because we can have all the food we want and all the blooming toilet paper that we want in our house, but to cope with what's going on, we need to be strong in other ways. We need to be equipped in other ways. We need to have prepared ourselves in other ways. And I guess I'll be touching on some of those other ways over time. Take care all.